See, my feelings are mixed. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the signs. 10, kiss me in the rain. 1, 2, 3, you're too blind to see. 4, 5, 6, 8, I'm taking the risk. 7, 8, 9, I just follow the line. 10, kiss me in the rain. Children, we're just children. Children, we're just children. Play with me, I'll play with you. I just want us to be true. Tell me that you love me too. Or just give me a clue. Give me a clue.
So here we are on board the Mercedes with Wamski as he crosses the line heading down into turn 1 just before the curb. A little dab on the brakes, guiding the car nicely around turn 1 just after the 100-meter boards here. Heavy on the brakes, avoiding that inside curb as best as you can. It'll throw you out onto that wall. The walls are notoriously brutal in Baku. Up ahead, heavy braking zone just after the 100-meter boards, avoiding the inside curb here as well. It'll throw you out into the wall. 50-meter boards, a little dab on the brakes, skimming that curb to help your car around. Coming into 5 and 6, I believe. Navigate it nicely. That curb on the right is really brutal this year. It'll really throw your car off. And then coming into the most difficult section of Baku is the castle section. Just after the black box here is roughly your brake zone, dropping it down to 3rd, guiding it up nicely, then a little dab again to just drag that car around, not running too wide, not too wide like that, it'll invalidate your lap, but still nicely navigated by Wamski. A little bit of a breather here as we're heading into this next difficult brake zone, easy to lock up here. Sometimes some drivers will cut over that curb, I don't know how they get away with it, but they do. 100-meter board again. All the hard work is pretty much done by this stage. You just have these two beautiful sweeping lefts and rights, and some people say these curbs will throw your car off this year. But yes, heading down into the final stretch, the most popular overtaking zone, obviously DRS activated. Wamski crosses the line, and that completes a lap of Baku with a 1:38.2.
Those were the dulcet tones of Tipsy Bob talking you through a lap of Baku.
So,
that's yeah, there we go. That's what happens when you don't turn off loop. But here we are in F1 2021, and hopefully you can see the action on screen. We have a dry Tier 1 race after a lot of weather-related carnage earlier in the week. I'm Terra, and alongside me for this one, once again, is Mr. Joel. How's it going, Joel?
Going alright. Very, very chaotic races in 4, 3 and Tier 2. So, I'm not sure what to expect really in Tier 1. Could be more of the same, or it could be a clean race, but it's going to be an exciting one nonetheless.
Yep, absolutely, and apologies to Justin, I forgot the Tier 1 intro. Damn it. I got the hot lap and I got the starting soon screen sorted, but I forgot Justin's intro. Sorry, Justin. I will make sure that is in place for next week, although it's the special event next week, isn't it? Rather than...
Chief says game audio and me are low.
Ah, right, so I overcompensated for last week's issue. Let's turn it up a little bit. Oh yeah, game audio will be low actually. Apologies for the black screen because I haven't turned it up. Let's turn it up to like that. Let's turn my general volume up to that as well. And hopefully now this should be better. We will see. We'll hear in due course whether Joel's volume is okay, but here comes...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Here comes Dane, who I think is going to be the first driver to cross the line on a lap of Baku, and we'll have a look to see about this track. They made the... You notice they made the interface bigger this year, so it hides some of the hides some of the action. It's really annoying. I don't think there's a way to adjust it.
I don't know if it's bigger or that it is just it's the leaderboard that's moved further in towards the centre.
Yeah, maybe it might be that.
There might be a way, because you know you can customize the OSD. I don't know if that applies to spectator.
All right. Well, I will investigate. Maybe between qualifying and the race, I'll investigate that. I'm gonna put you with the black screen again just for a second because my game is now too loud. It needs to be turned down a little bit. I could barely hear Joel, and probably you could barely hear Joel as well. So here we go. Yeah, thank you, Justin. Game audio was definitely too loud. Here is Dane, who looks like he's going to set the first of our valid laps this afternoon in qualifying. And the fact that it is a dry qualifying and a dry race means that I think strategy is going to be quite interesting today. Soft medium is apparently possible, although difficult.
It is possible, yeah. You have to stretch the softs to around lap 10, and then you can get to the end comfortably on the mediums, but getting to lap 10 is quite difficult.
That's easier said than done, and we saw several drivers yesterday in the Tier 2 race spinning out with the old soft tyres, so it will be a risk if people decide to do it. And here comes Dane with the first lap. We expect pole to be, what, at a high 37 probably for pole in this one this afternoon?
Yeah, I haven't done much practice. I'm not too sure of the times. But I know that it's not good to put it in the wall your first lap of qualifying and the first lap of the race.
Yeah, or pretty much any time, really.
Yeah, but that's how bad I was yesterday.
Oh. Well, there is the first very fast lap time that we have. Vexit has retired. Did I miss that? Did Vexit crash? What happened?
I don't know. He doesn't have a quali ban or anything, does he?
Not as far as
there's
I'm
only
pretty sure he
one.
doesn't.
There's only one Mercedes in the garage on the mini map, so yes, he must have retired.
Yeah. So yeah, Vexit is going to be starting at the back. We don't have Jensen for this race, unfortunately. He has a football match. I was told earlier today. He will be back for the next few races, though. So no Jensen this afternoon. We have 19 drivers instead. We have more yellows. That is one of the Red Bulls going very slowly. It looked like it was Julian. Didn't see why, but Julian has done what isn't the very fastest lap we'll see today, a 41.6, and he's missing a chunk of his front wing as well, so that's probably why.
Yeah. Obviously, there are flags, people letting people through. There's Julian's coming around, as you said. Yeah, so that's everyone's laps in at the moment, apart from El Sol, who's coming across the start-finish line to finish his first lap. And he goes P9. Crystals is also just started one, so I think he's the only one on the lap at the moment. Everyone else coming back into the pits.
Vexit died in Castle, says Chief, so apologies for missing that, but that is big news, and that potentially has championship implications. Our championship leader will be starting this race at Baku from the back of the grid. Here is Crystals, who had a difficult Tier 2 race yesterday, it's fair to say. Several incidents and scrapes with various walls. We'll see if he can do better today. Into Castle he goes, and oh dear!
You kind of cursed him there.
He's doinked the wall there. That was a fairly hefty bonk for Crystals, and he looks like he's got his front wing end plate on the right hand side, so he might have gotten away with it. We'll see going into the downhill left-hander whether he's able to keep this one out of the wall just barely. He had to slow right down though. And yeah, Vexit dying in Castle on his first qualifying lap is very big news. That's an uncharacteristic error at a crucial moment from Vexit. Here comes Crystals across the line though. We'll see what he is able to do. We saw him put it on pole yesterday in the Tier 2 race. He's going to cross the line today and do a, yeah, I mean that wasn't a terribly clean lap, a 40.8. But the good news is he'll have 2 more runs to improve on that.
Yep. So Barry Thompson's going to be the first one out for a second run. And Copy, Justin and McKenda all failed to set a lap on their first run, whether that be in validations or... Well, they won't have left it this late intentionally, but maybe they had to back off, got damage or something. They're going to start their laps in due course.
Yeah, I don't know why that was. I didn't see Copy or Etney go out, so maybe they have stayed in, and Etney's still in the garage. So I don't know what was up with that. Maybe he's saving the tyres for the race. In case there are safety cars, there are likely to be safety cars. Bailey gets very out of shape there out of the right-hander. He goes through Castle and does manage to survive. This is the outlap. I don't think anyone's on a hot lap at the moment.
Yeah, Copy's just coming through turn 1 to attempt to set his first run for the second time.
As we see a parked Red Bull. Who is that? That is Julian letting on entry, but a reasonably conservative run, I think, from the Czech driver. It was nice through Castle as well. A little bit of a traffic jam up ahead. Hopefully everyone gets out of the way. Got Makenda on the left there. There's a Ferrari there too, just ahead of us. That is Pemi, who does indeed get out of the way. Into the left-hander, that looked very good indeed through there. Not using the curb. He's got teammate in front of him. We see why he's got his teammate in front of him, because look at this with the two Williamses. This is good stuff. Onto the main straight. He's giving his teammate a helping hand here. And a little bit of a slipstream, which is very good news for Copy, who is going to set what looks like quite a fast lap here. And in fact, he goes fastest of anyone, a 1:38.2, and I think that slipstream helped him get that pole. I don't think he would have got it without it.
Yeah. Just a 10th gained on the P2 time of Luca, and that must have come from the slipstream.
And worth
so Bailey
mentioning
Thompson's going to cross the line as well. Apparently he's 5/10 up, so he has a chance to get up into the top 3.
Yeah, he's going to be there or thereabouts, that's for sure, as he opens the DRS and crosses the line, and he goes P4. So good stuff from Bailey. Worth mentioning in this qualifying session that we do have 2 more of our Dutch contingent. We don't have Yari, who couldn't make this race, but we do have returning from their suspension Jay and also Damien, who have put it in the top 10 so far. It's good stuff from both of them. Luca looks like he's abandoned.
And Etney's coming round. Makenda must have invalidated again, as Damien goes P1, 38.0. So lap times are falling here at Baku, as Etney wants to contribute to that as he comes through the second sector split.
Before we see Etney, in fact, never mind, who does, I was going to say he was up on his split, but he's also invalidated, so here is Etney. And through the last couple of corners he goes. We'll see if this can put him up near the sharp end of the grid. A low 38 is what he's going to be aiming for. A low 38 is sort of what he has. He's P4 on a 38.5.
Yeah, Julian hasn't put a proper time in yet. He's 1.8 seconds up. So he'll cross the line, see what he can do when he puts the P13.
Yep, so Julian, he told us not to expect after the Monaco race, told us not to expect anything similar to his win last week. This Monaco is somewhat unique, I'd say, in F1 tracks, and the wet race at Monaco was very grueling for most of the drivers, but he does put it P13.
Jay in the Red Bull is going to be the next one to set a lap time. P7 improves by 0.4. The grid is quite spread out for Tier 1 standards at the moment.
It is at the moment, yeah. I'm keeping an eye on Rainbow, who's the only driver. In fact, that's not true. Makenda hasn't set a time either, but he's one of only 2 drivers who haven't set a time in this session so far. He's going through the S's now. And across the line, he's going to go. Rainbow has won races in SLR Tier 1 before, so he's certainly a contender. Crosses the line and does a 38.7. which puts him just ahead of Jay in P7.
Yeah, apparently drivers in chat reporting a lot of desync. So we're just discussing whether we're going to change hosts between qualifying and race with a custom grid.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. I guess we have a slot if we need it, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on that as it develops. Might mean that people get to start in the top 10 get to start on fresh tyres rather than used tyres, which is good news for them.
Well, Makenda is on his third attempt to set his first lap, taking it quite conservative as you would expect. He must have invalidated or got damage or something, but it's not too easy to invalidate round here. This is one of the corners where you can do it pretty easily, but most of the track is pretty hard to invalidate your lap. I think the walls are more of a threatening issue than validation and qualifying around this track.
Confirmation that we will restart after qualifying, by the way.
Okay.
And Makenda into the downhill left-hander. Is he going to upset the front of the grid here? He needs a good lap. 3 minutes left in this session because he's not got time to come into the pits and change his tyres if he doesn't set a good lap here. So we'll see if he can make this one count. We do have yellows ahead. That's just drivers pulling into the pits though, I think. Makenda crosses the line and goes P3. Very good lap.
Yeah. I don't know about the timing glitch, so maybe he might be able to get another lap in.
Oh yeah, that's true. So there's probably about 3.5 minutes left. I think even so, I don't think he's going to be able to. There's not enough time. Hood looks like he is on a lap. Keep an eye on Crystals as well, who does seem to be... In fact, has he just finished a lap, Crystals? I'm not sure. He doesn't seem to have very much battery.
Yeah. He's lifting off down the straight.
Hood is a couple of tenths up on his time. 2 tenths at the first sector. We'll see how good this is through the castle section. Very committed through there up to 4th gear. Midway through. And then, just cut a bit too much off the left-hander, and that is the end of his lap. He's invalidated, and he will start at best P6. Pemi seems to be on a lap in the Ferrari, so these probably are the... well, this certainly will be the last run for Pemi, I would have thought. Unless he decides to do 2 laps, which I don't expect him to. Again through the castle section and down the back straight. It's pretty quick, this Baku track. Walls come at you very quickly. We have a car, I was going to say stopped in the corner ahead, but looks like it was just somebody wanting to get a run for their hot lap. Pemi 2 tenths up, which might see him into the top 10, somewhere near his teammate Danny. And, Crystals is right on the racing line. What are you doing there, Crystals? I guess he's out of fuel, but my goodness, that was scary. And across the line goes Pemi, and just behind his teammate P11.
Yeah, I think Luca's on his second out lap, as it looks like, or he backed off.
Yeah, don't know whether he'll be
Same
able
with
to...
Etney, actually.
Yep, he's backed off as well, so I wonder... In fact, has Etney just finished a lap? He doesn't have very much battery, so it looks like that's what's happening. I saw Danny come out of the pits with about a minute on our clock, so probably about a minute 40 on the actual clock. So he's going to have to hustle a little bit to get around. Let's see who else is on an actual lap. Justin is on an actual lap, and he's nearly 7 tenths up in the first sector, and he was nearly in the wall in the castle section as well. Did manage to keep it out, though, and gets good traction onto the back straight as well. We'll keep an eye on this lap from Justin. Damien still at the top of the timings at the moment with a 38.0. We'll keep an eye on when the session is actually finishing, because I have a feeling that Danny, who I think is just ahead of us on track, is going to be okay to start his final lap. Here comes Justin. On the straight, he was, I missed what the second split was, but the first split he was 7 tenths up. And he crosses the line, and that is a good lap from Justin. He goes P8 as Hood retires. That is a pit lane retirement. And Danny did indeed get to start his last lap. So we'll keep an eye on this. We'll keep an eye on other people, potentially on hot laps as well.
Yep, Luke mounting his challenge for pole position at the moment, with some good sector splits. We'll see his latest when he comes round the next few corners up the hill.
Yeah, 3/10 up in the first sector there, Luca. So if he keeps that up, if he does the same time he's done earlier on in the session, he'll be on pole. We'll see what the second split is. A second. Oh, this is going to be comfortably pole position for Luca.
How are you 7/10 up on a 38.3?
He's going to be the first man into the 37s by the looks of things. Makenda's not managed to improve. He crossed the line a moment ago. Dane has gone P11 on a 38.8. Here comes Luca, though, crossing the line, and it will comfortably be pole, a 37.7.
Damien is invalidated. Copy is 2/10 up.
Rainbow is half a second up, more than half a second up on the second sector on his lap. He crosses the line,
And
goes
Danny
P4.
is crashed.
No, Danny.
Is crashed.
No,
Going
Danny.
into the final braking zone.
Yep.
And here comes Copy's teammate, Etney, to give him some slipstream to the line. So, returning the favour he was given earlier.
No, I think it was. I think it's the same way around. I think he gave Copy gave Copy slipstream last time around. Didn't see what the sector split was, but this is very helpful slipstream for Copy. Down towards the line they go. Is it going to be good enough? He goes P2 on a 38.0.
Yeah, and that's everyone's laps completed other than Justin, who is invalidated, and that is the grid.
And that will be our grid. Luca on pole by 0.3 of a second, 37.7. But the Williams boys doing very good work after a difficult outing, I think, in... certainly for Copy, it was a difficult outing in Monaco. Etney had a very good race. But there we go. That is our grid. Luca on pole from Copy. And Damien returning is P3. We'll get confirmation of that right here. And Rainbow with an excellent qualifying lap at the end there, P4. Makenda, Etney, Jay, Hood, Bailey, and Justin rounding out the top 10. And just for stream purposes, because we're going to have to recite this in a second, let's go down to the bottom, where Dragon and Vexit will be starting at the back, which is unfortunate for them. Well, it's not unfortunate for Dragon, he chooses to do that, but it is unfortunate for Vexit. And yeah, Justin lamenting his luck. He's going to start P10, and we are now, I think, going to leave the session and restart.
Yep.
So is there a way? There's not even a way to quit this, so I just have to wait for it to end.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Basically, Icewind's gonna do the session and start from the back.
Okay. Well, I think he can.
Host.
Can he spec? I think he can spectate, can't he? Because can you have more than 2 spectators?
Yes.
I think you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he might as well race if he's gonna.
Oh yeah, if he wants to race, then
we're
yeah,
not
by all means.
restarting quali, are we?
No.
No, not got time for that.
No.
Like,
Of course.
Chief, Futuristic, and me all got an iRacing thing that starts
Yeah.
at 7 UK.
As far as I know.
Well, I think this will be the same problem in the race, to be honest, because the game.
No,
I had perfect connection with everyone in the lobby. So.
Well,
I think Tiff 3 had a problem after the restart, did it?
Yes, it did, and that was with
did.
a different host. That was with Tipsy hosting, so I think it's the game's problem.
Well, she said it was fine when Tipsy re-hosted.
okay, we'll give it a go anyway. We'll give it a go.
It's not an issue.
I'm gonna alt
Might
F4
be a
here
qualifying thing.
because the game does not appear to want to let me go back to the main menu.
Now you can.
Okay. It says loading. Did the Alt F4 work? It looks like it did. Now I have a black screen. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I still have a black screen. I no longer have a black screen. Fantastic. The game still seems to be running though, so I'm going to have to go into Task Manager, close it. Apologies for the black screen. End task.
My last lap of the session. Oh, it's got lost, man.
Rip.
fucking break something soon, man. Honestly, it's too much stress.
Have you restarted the stream, Tara?
The stream was always on. Oh, Steam is not responding. What the heck? What
Yeah,
is?
Stream
Steam-
is.
Oh,
stream
Steam's dead, is it?
Yes.
Really?
Steam is being so slow for me as well right now.
Oh,
Maybe
oh,
that's the problem
Steam.
then.
Okay, Steam. All right.
Oh well, the stream stopped as well, and now it's back.
Okay. All right. So let's see if we can figure out what the problem is with Steam.
Stop being so slow, Steam, man. Fuck me.
Let's go back to the. I don't know. Let's.
Starting soon.
There we go. We'll bring the standings up. I know it says looking for a game to. Oh, can I delete that? Actually, I probably can. Right. Yeah. There we go. We get a black screen there instead. A white screen there instead. But that's something to look at least. Which is better than a black screen.
Fail to join the session. People are.
Nice.
It's not working. It's. I'm convinced it's Steam plus the game.
Well,
Because I had this connection that Icewind has with everyone. I had that in the lobby originally. So.
well, my Steam has just
Can't be internet
completely
issues.
died.
The thing is, though, you can't tell if someone's desynced anymore. Got rid of that, which is fucking hilarious.
What? With the red X?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, it's the loading symbol on it. So, Astro.
Why is it not letting me end the task for Steam? It's not letting me do it. Ah.
That's Astro.
Well,
I might have to
I-
restart my computer here. That's so silly.
I have to go at 6:30. I can't stay further than that because.
Yeah, we're not doing a call. We're not doing a call. We're just doing a
I
race.
know, but still, the race could last longer than that.
All right, yeah, this isn't. Is there another? Oh, maybe I can end this task, and then it'll end all the others. Maybe. Let's try now. Oh yeah, there we go. That worked. All right. Well then. Not exactly gone to plan, is it? But here we are. We are connecting Steam account, logging into Steam. Maybe from there. Alright, so I can join on Icewind. And then hopefully we're going to get to watch the Tier 1 race.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I believe Rainbow is actually from Lithuania. To answer your question,
Yes.
chat. Yep. There
He
we
is.
go.
No, I bet you got my range all on stream, didn't you?
Yeah, but you know, that's okay. Apologies to anyone offended by Danny's raging.
Common occurrence.
Yeah, I think this lobby is going to be. Is going to have exactly the same problems.
Well,
We'll see.
we'll give it a shot. Alright, seems like we're back in the lobby. Hopefully I can switch the scene now to this. Hopefully it's working. Just checking my phone, and it does
Yep.
seem to be working. Alright, good stuff. So, custom grid. You need me to read it out to you, right? Oh, it's
Icewind
Icewind.
should-
It's Icewind. Can Icewind come into the channel if he can? Unless he's got it already.
Chief, already done.
Oh, Chief's done it. All right, nice.
We're ready. Let's go.
Right, goodbye again.
All right, good luck, Danny.
Thank you.
All right, here we go then. 15 seconds till the lobby launches. And going to be an interesting race. It'd be interesting to see if Luca can keep that pace advantage. He did seem to have very strong pace. Yeah, don't forget the setup, folks. If you're listening to the stream, make sure you load your setup, because otherwise you'll be on default setup.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we should plug next week's special event, shouldn't we? Or it's not next week, is it? It's the week after.
Yes.
The one at Portimao. We have a 100% race at Portimao with full qualifying on the Thursday, a sprint race on the Friday, and then a 100% race on the Saturday. So join us for that. That's the off week for the regular season.
Yeah. The sign-up forms and the announcements.
Yep. So if you want to take part in that, you can head into the announcements channel in the SLR Discord.
So, as you said, the top 10 now all get fresh tyres to start on.
Yeah, yeah. Although they will have to start on softs.
Yeah, that makes the soft medium more possible.
Yeah, yeah. Still not easy, but definitely doable. I expect most drivers will go for it. But of course, everything will depend on safety cars. How many safety cars are we going to have today?
3. Although I hope not.
I'll go 2. We'll see if Tier 1 can do a bit better than the other tiers have this week. With a lot of safety cars. Makenda has left the session. What's going on here then? Well, hopefully we're okay here to get running. Makenda, who's starting P5, will need to rejoin. Hopefully he's able to.
So obviously everyone in the top 10 starting on the softs. Outside the top 10, everyone's on the mediums, apart from Astro Boys P17 on hards and P15 on soft.
Yeah, Penny going on softs is an interesting call. There'll be fresh softs. And yeah, we do have Icewind at the back of the grid. He's gonna race. So that brings us to a full complement of 20 drivers. Makenda's game crashed, says Chief, so hopefully he's able to... Are people desynced?
Yeah, apparently in chat.
Oh dear. Well, hopefully we get a race worth commentating on here.
Seems to be an issue after the patch, because it was never this bad before.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it. Hood has been disqualified from the formation lap, presumably for making contact with someone or something. Or maybe that's part of the desync issues, who knows. But we'll see what we get as far as this race is concerned. Hopefully it is a good one, and hopefully we're able to have a meaningful contest amidst all the desync.
And I think this is Luca's first pole position this season, isn't it?
It might be, I don't know. He won the first race, right? Did he win the... I think he won the Bahrain race. But yeah, he might not have been on pole, so it's very possible. As Rainbow is disqualified as well. How did that happen? Who knows? In any case...
Yeah, Damien's saying Rainbow and Makenda are desynced as well. So
oh dear, okay.
We'll start the race, see what happens.
Yeah, well that's all we can do. That is all we can do. Is Makenda back in the car yet, do we know? He's not back in the car yet,
He's
no.
joined the lobby. I don't think you can take control of the car until...
Oh, that's right, yeah, until the...
lined up on the grid.
Yeah, until just before the green flag. Or the green lights. Or the red lights, rather. Look, Crystal getting the fastest lap. Don't know. We'll see. Are we going to be treated to the side of Makenda getting away 5 seconds before everyone, or is he going to be back in the car by the time the lights go out? Who knows? We will wait and see. But the drivers all line up on the grid at Baku, and we will see who gets down to the first corner first. 5 lights, and we are go. And it looked like a pretty good start from Luca. And through the middle there is a Williams there. That was Etney on P5. Oh, and spinning out is Copy. Didn't see how that happened, but Copy has spun in turn 1.
Yeah, we're going 3 wide into turn 2. It's the Alpine of Jay, and he's on the outside in the Red Bull. Bailey Thompson, and just in that race with the other 2 involved, they're still going side by side, the McLaren and the Aston Martin, up into turn 3, a very tight corner, and they're both going to commit to the move, nearly hitting the Red Bull of Jay in front of them. They're going side by side still, again, into 5, pushed onto the curb is Jay, and Bailey Thompson is watching this. He has a bucket of popcorn whilst he watches Huge round the outside.
No!
And what the hell has happened there? How was that possible? He's back on his feet, and if he doesn't have any damage, that is the most miraculous thing to ever happen in this game.
I have never seen that in F1 2021 or in any of the F1 games. That is incredible. He launched up and over the car of Hood onto his lid, slid along his lid, hit the wall, and went back onto his wheels again, and is still in the race. Well then, that was an eventful first lap. Amidst all of that, Luca has a lead of almost a second, and Damien and McKenda struggling to stay with him.
Oh my word, Dragon has hit Danico, who was retired and is also out of the session.
Oh dear, so Danny, yeah, I completely missed that. Jay is still limping around at the back with rear wing, but Danny, I guess, had crashed on the way into the left-hander maybe?
McKenda, who's back in his car on the back of Damien into turn 1. No DRS yet. It's only lap 1, the start of 2. But McKenda's going to look for the move. It's not on this time.
Oh no, Damien!
Although Damien has spun, he's locked up. His rear wheels have gone into overdrive, and he cannot control his car. He's got damage, and he's all the way down from P2. Add a 1 in front of that.
And that is a big disaster for Damien, who was having such a good start to the race, and unfortunately has not had a clean first couple of laps because he has spun in turn 1. Hood has big damage somehow, didn't see how. Maybe it was from that hit actually with Jay, but certainly he is missing a big part of his front wing. He's in P8 at the moment. He's lost a couple of positions in the last half a lap or so. Bailey all over the back now of Etney for P4. Going to be having a good look there, and yeah, Hood is falling all the way down now, down to P11. He is really struggling.
Yeah, he's going to be overtaken by the ghost of Damien, who I imagine has left the session after that.
Damien is a ghost, yeah, so I don't know exactly what happened there. Pemi is still in the car, chasing Vexit. Vexit, who's managed to pick his way through most of that stuff that happened in the first couple of laps, and is now on the back of Dane and El Sunny for P8 and P9 respectively. So end of lap 2, no DRS yet, but there will be very shortly. Damien got hit by Luca. Is that what he said? Oh, because it was desynced. Oh dear.
Yeah, there's a lot of desync. Lots of people reporting it.
Oh dear.
As someone else is off, it's Icewind, who has dropped it.
Just going to keep an eye on this situation here. We've got a 3 wide down the front straight with Vexit trying to make his way past both Dane and El Sunny. They're going to be 3 wide into the first corner. Who's going to brake later? Vexit breaks the latest of all of them and sweeps around the outside. Very nicely done, 2 in 1 for Vexit.
That was weird because I only saw 2 cars and they left a massive gap between each other.
Ah, well, oh dear. Well, we will see. Yeah, that's obviously desync. We'll see how much that affects things. McKendra has closed the gap.
And the jumping all over the place for me.
Oh dear. So, yeah, Joel is struggling to see what's going on. I wonder if our drivers are. McKendra is on the back of Luca. The gap has closed there the last couple of laps. Didn't see how that happened. Maybe Luca made a mistake. Maybe there were some desync issues, who knows. Bailey has also passed Etney as well for P4, so Bailey with some real pace in that Aston Martin. So we come through to complete lap 3. We've already lost 3 drivers. We lost Crystals somehow. How did we lose Crystals? I didn't see that.
I think some drivers have decided to throw in the towel because they're experiencing massive desync issues.
Yeah, that's certainly possible.
Desync.
We saw Damien, yeah, because it was weird. Damien seemed to lose it mid-corner, and I thought he'd just gotten a bit hot on entry, but apparently he was hit by a desync car. So that explains that. I believe Icewind's hosting Tipsy. Joel hosted qualifying and we had some issues there, and now Icewind is hosting, we still have issues.
Yeah.
As Makenda does the fastest lap of the race. In 1 minute 41.6, and Pemi passes Dane for P10 on the front straight.
Okay. Sure, I'll take your word for it. Pemi is nowhere near Dane on my screen.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it's the real one that I'm seeing, because he's driving like a human. And he's P10.
Dane is in the lead on my screen now.
Okay, well, yeah.
Right, well,
so
Makenda very close to Luca. If
Yeah,
this
he is.
correct on my screen.
So Makenda, I would guess, is probably able to keep those tyre temps down. And Luca, you can see struggling with the back end there in the right-hander. So a little bit of a struggle.
Oh, locking up a lot, Luca. Sparks flying from under his car into the castle section we go.
Yeah, both drivers keeping it nice and safe through the castle.
Oh,
no, Luca!
has
Luca
planned.
goes around! And we saw him struggling with the back end on those soft tyres. He was struggling big time, and he spun. And all the way down to P7, P8 he goes. Vexit passes him. So Vexit from the back of the grid up to P7. And someone else who's quietly having a very good and very solid race is Julian on the medium tyres, who's up to P5 already. Here they go, he will have DRS. Does Rainbow have DRS? Yes, he does on Makenda, so that gap's going to close, I imagine. As Luca has crashed in the fast left-right, I guess because of the damage. We'll try and see, yeah, on the right-hand side we have a safety car. And it's the first of the safety cars here this afternoon at Baku. Luca has put it in the wall after spinning earlier in the lap, and a very promising situation for Luca from pole position has gone up in smoke. And a bunch of people pitting as well, taking advantage of the safety car, presumably to put, I was going to say presumably put the hard tyres on, but the mediums, will they get to the end, the mediums? Maybe they will, with the 2 laps of safety car. So it's certainly possible that that's what we're seeing. Drivers putting the mediums on. Are they going to have to drive to the Delta? That's the other question. Dane's decided to put the hard tyres on the Alfa Romeo, as Icewind gets a penalty for cutting the track on the exit of pit lane. That's an interesting one. But he's put the soft tyres on. There was the safety car on the exit of turn 2. And the question is whether Justin's going to find himself catapulted up the order because of that pit stop that he was able to do a lap earlier than everyone else. What the Danny doing? Not very much at the moment, Milosh. He's been out of the race for a few laps now. He crashed on lap 1. Oh, Chief's wheel glitched coming out of the pits. That's unfortunate. Does he have damage from that? That's the other question. No, he doesn't seem to. So presumably we're going to get basically the whole field pitting here. I think Justin has, just visually, I think Justin has managed to or has been forced to maintain the gap. So I guess most of these guys are going to come out ahead of him. But we will see. Makenda and Rainbow both pitting. Everyone pitting, in fact, as you would expect. Except Julian on the mediums, which is an interesting call. He's going to take his chances on maybe another safety car.
Hello.
Hello? You still there, Joel?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. I think the stream can as well.
Okay. My internet died.
Ah, I did wonder. I didn't hear you for a little bit. I did wonder if something happened. But you are back now in...
Oh, there's a safety car.
There is a safety... Oh, wow, you've been gone that long.
Oh, yeah. I've been gone like 5-10 minutes.
Okay, well, welcome back. Yeah, we have a safety car. It was Luca crashing in the fast left-right, presumably without a front wing. And yeah, it's I don't know.
Julian is leading.
Julian is leading because he stayed out, along
Okay.
with Sunny, Sunny.
And Rainbow is now ahead. Where's McKenna?
McKenda's P3. I assume you can't see him.
Oh, yes.
He's between Sunny and Rainbow.
Okay.
Yeah, desync racing, says Damien. It is kind of. It's pretty unfortunate. We'll make the best with what we have here. I seem to see everyone at least, which is really good. Unless there's if there's somebody I'm not seeing on the track that you notice, let me know. If anybody else has got another perspective. But as far as I can see, I think everyone that I see is a real car. Yeah, I think that's a human driver. So. Oh, well, this is fun. The safety car's not in this lap. It's going to be another lap by the looks of it. I'm going to wait for the field to close up. And just 2 drivers staying out. Julian and Sunny. I think Hood had just pitted, and maybe Copy had just pitted as well. Oh yeah, Copy, of course, had spun in turn 1. Or maybe got hit by a desync car. Who knows? Everyone left is fine, says Danny. Well, that's good news at least. We might get a race. Even if we've lost several drivers who we wouldn't otherwise have lost. Justin's in the queue and has a Delta. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, the timings seem to fix themselves when the cars cross the line, which is nice. So we actually have some timings now.
I would pitting again off the softs, that makes sense.
Yeah, I wonder if he... Oh yeah, it's possible that he just pitted for a lap on the softs and then is going to go back on the mediums. That would be a good strategy if he did that. Nope, he's going back on more softs, so I think my theory was that he might have damage from that pit lane incident, and I think that theory might be accurate. So he's going to rejoin the pack. He and Jay is going to cruise up to the pack. Jay's taking his time, but I think that's because he's looking after his tyres.
So McKenna on the mediums. So some people pit to the mediums, some have hards. I don't know if they all think they can get to the end, or whether McKenna's planning a 2-stop here.
Yeah, no, I think they can get to. I think they can get to the end. I know Bailey had said in chat before that the mediums can do 20 laps, and so that, I mean that's well, they'll have to do 19 racing laps and a couple of safety car laps if they were to get to the end from here. So I think that's what the drivers are thinking, and those on hards are thinking maybe either their tyre wear is a bit higher, or they're going to have a faster car at the end of the race, and that's what they want. Vexit is among them. So if he can stay with people while he's on the hards and everyone is on the mediums, which we know how fast he is a fast boy, then maybe he can make some headway towards the end of the race on the hards. Yeah, lots of grumbling about the game in chat, which is fair enough. This isn't a great experience for the drivers who have experienced desync.
Safety car in this lap, so Julian will decide when he wants to go.
Yep, it's Julian from Sunny, from McKenda, from Rainbow, from Bailey, from Justin, from Etney, from Vexit, from Pemi, from Astro Boys.
Sonny's getting incredibly close.
Yep.
He was weaving almost right there. You
there
go.
we go. There was
Penalty for both of
a
them.
5-second penalty for both of them, and that is unfortunate for Julian, and well, not the smartest idea from El Sunny, who got caught napping a little bit by his Dutch compatriot. He's got McKenda all over the back of him here in the Alfa Romeo. He's going to have a good look up the inside into turn 1. There should be no problem at all with the fresher tyres. McKenda outbrakes the McLaren, and looks like he's going to make that move fairly comfortably. Everyone else going through what looked like single file and spinning at the back. Who is that? Is that Copy again?
Copy.
Oh no. Copy twice in turn 1 has gone around after an excellent qualifying session. And
well, Dane and Hugh were going side by side.
oh, and sending one up the inside is Rainbow on El Sunny, and that was a brave one on the hard tyres. El Sunny trying to stick on the inside there, and he outbraked himself,
Oh,
and
here goes Bailey.
past
up to
both of them
P3
goes
now.
Bailey. And taking
here's Justin.
Yeah,
on
taking
his
advantage
teammate.
is Justin.
Oh, they squeezed each other into the wall. That's not what you want from teammates. Here comes Etney.
And Etney says thank
And
you
he's
very
gone
much.
up to P6.
Yeah, past Justin. And wow, what an eventful first lap. Oh, and hitting the wall with his back wheel there and ghosting, in fact, is Rainbow. And Etney trying to take advantage of that by the looks of things. Inside each other, those two, and Etney will get the pass done, although going through another car. So the stewards are going to be looking at that one and saying, well, should you really be trying to go through another car? But here is the end of the first lap under safety car. Julian still leads by nearly a second, so Julian's not lost too much in that. In fact, he's not lost anything in that. Makenda P2.
Justin on the back of Rainbow. The two Alpines going toe to toe once again. They've already had one collision, but it shouldn't be one this time as Rainbow is coming into the pit.
Yeah, Rainbow, I assume, had damage.
I imagine. Knowing Rainbow, he'll retire here.
Well, we will see, but certainly I think he picked up some damage there. It was a gloves-off scrap between himself and El Sunny, and it didn't turn out too well for him.
In all this from the back of the grid is up to P7 and he has pit, so he's in a good position.
Yep, he's on the hard tyres as well, so he's going to have pace to burn at the end of the race. Julian, of course, out front, he's going to have to pit and he's going to have to serve that 5 seconds, which is really unfortunate for him. Etney all over the back of Sunny now, on much better tyres than the McLaren.
Yeah, a long train going through the castle section here.
Yep.
All the way down to Icewind, led by Sonny.
Yep, Icewind on the soft tyres trying to make some sort of hay. He's got a 3-second penalty from that pit lane glitch earlier on. But it is a big DRS train at the moment, and the gap between Bailey, who's managed to put himself in a really good position behind Makenda, and Sonny is up to 3 seconds.
Well, Makenda might have a chance here to take the lead on his fresh tyres, as Julian is looking like he's surely not coming into the pits now. No, he's not. He's just covering off the slipstream as Makenda is gaining pretty quickly. DRS enabled, and there's some battling further down. El Sonny is passed by Etney, and Luke Smith passes just in that racer.
Yep,
well.
So on the hard tyres, Vexit up to P6. And yeah, he's ahead of Justin, and he's got Sonny now in his sights.
And as Makenda makes a move on Julian for the lead.
So Makenda gets himself to the front, and he's on the fresh tyres. He's in a very good position here. Is Makenda, the Finnish driver in the Alfa Romeo. And Bailey as well is going to be having a good look at Julian as well, I would imagine, within the next couple of laps, as Julian gets very, very out of shape, just about saves it. But my goodness, that was a moment for Julian. Through the castle they go again, and Julian going to try and stay in DRS of Makenda, but it's going to be very difficult for him to do that. Makenda with much better tyres than Julian.
Yeah, another battle was El Sonny and Vexit, who is on the back of the McLaren, looking to get into the top 5 for the first time in this race on his fresh hard tyres.
Hood having a very good look at Pemi as well. Two Finns doing battle into the left-hander. And now we're going to have an almighty scramble, I think, down the front straight. I think Vexit is going to be in very good position to make a move here on Sonny. And I don't think there's going to be any problem for him whatsoever with the DRS.
Yeah. And here comes Justin as well. So Sonny goes into the pits, and Justin has a massive slipstream from Sonny, helping get closer to Vexit, but not close enough this time round.
And Hood up the inside of Pemi for P7 as well. So McLaren making moves. And Bailey all over the back of Julian, who did manage to stay in Makenda's DRS, which is good work from the Dutchman. But He's got a very angry Aston Martin behind him to look after now. And that 5-second penalty could well come back to haunt him later on in the race. He'll certainly be hoping for another safety car so he can pit. Meanwhile, here's Vexit, followed by Justin, followed by Hood, followed by Pemi. All three of them, all four of them very close. Vexit on those hard tyres does seem to have genuine pace, and that's concerning for everyone else because come the end of the race, he'll have very good pace indeed.
Yeah, longer tyre life. And when the mediums go off, which will be pretty inevitable, around lap 20 or so, we'll be on the right tyre to make an impact. Bailey Thompson then on the back of Julian, who I imagine is going to try and go to the softs if he goes along, but he's not going to be able to defend this position for very long as he is passed pretty comfortably in the end by the Aston Martin.
Yep, and Bailey up to P2, and he's going to have to chase after Makenda, who leads this race and is just barely out of his DRS at the moment, as Jay passes Astro Boys. And welcome back to Astro Boys, by the way. Not seen him for a couple of races this season, but he is back and racing once again in the Mercedes, as he has done for a couple of seasons. And into the wall is Hood.
Huge, yeah, he span on the exit, was under pressure by Pemi into the DRS zone, as Icewind passes Pemi as well on the straight.
Yeah, Pemi lost a lot of time there as well. I wonder if he has damage. We'll see as soon as we can the front of his car. Pemi doesn't have visual damage, but certainly looked like he was struggling there. Didn't see whether he hit Hood or whether Hood went around by himself. But certainly that is a disaster for Hood, who certainly will have got some damage. Yeah,
well, Astro Boys hit the wall there as well. I don't think he got any damage from it. All very loose through the castle section for Astro.
Yep, he's got
to keep
a very angry Icewind just behind him on soft tyres as well. So Icewind with a nearly full battery too. Icewind going to be looking, there's any need for that. You just wait till the straight. That's a good idea. And into the final couple of corners they will go. Icewind making lots of positions on those soft tyres. He will have to pit, of course, to put probably mediums on till the end of the race. He's going to get Astro Boys pretty comfortably here.
Yep, making up the positions on the softs as you would expect, as Luke Smith is passed by Justin that racer, and Icewind comes into the pit.
Yep, so pitting early, I think, for the medium tyres. That's what I would have thought at least. And yeah, Justin did get ahead of Vexit, and Pemi pits as well. Pemi with some damage, I would have thought, and I think Hood is going to pit too, and he does. As Rainbow does the fastest lap of the race on his relatively fresh mediums.
And Bailey is in DRS range of Makenda now, so he's got a great opportunity to take the lead. But that's the thing about Baku, being in the lead is not necessarily the best thing in the middle part of the race. If you can get ahead and get out of the DRS zone, then it is the best thing. But if you're like Makenda and you're struggling to pull away from the car behind, you're under a lot of pressure to use your ERS and burn it, whereas the car behind could just sit in your DRS and not worry about using it until the final few laps. Dane gets the penalty.
Yep, absolutely right. And Bailey doesn't have too much ERS at the moment. He's a little bit behind Makenda, but as you said, he'll get the opportunity to recharge it. Etney now on the back and within DRS of Julian by the looks of things as well, although looks like Julian used some battery there to get him out.
Someone's off. Is it
someone
Pemi?
In the castle? It's Pemi, yeah. Who's that's he's -1 front wing on that Ferrari, so it goes from bad to worse really for Pemi.
Here goes Vexit closing up on Justin that racer, looking to set up his opportunity for the next DRS straight. Which he's going to have his opportunity now if he gets a good exit.
Yeah, looks like it.
Braking very aggressively.
A good exit for Vexit would be
bit too far away at the moment.
Would be good, as we see Jensen coming back from his football game and making an appearance in chat. And yeah, Makenda is leading. We've had some issues, unfortunately. We've had some desync, but we are still racing. We've lost a few cars because of it, but here all of the others still are. Do you see Makenda now then, Joel? You must do.
Yes, in
Okay.
P1. Yeah.
That's good. That is very good news. As Pemi retires, that is a pit lane retirement.
Yeah, so 6 retirements so far. And only 1 safety car. I think Icewind would like a few more, as well as Feud. Bailey will have another opportunity, but I don't blame him. If he doesn't want to go for the move, he can just sit in the DRS, and McKenna's been pretty smart about that, really, knowing that Bailey might not want to overtake straight away, so he doesn't need to deploy down the main straight as much as he would otherwise.
Yeah, they both seem to be charging, which, yeah, I think that's right. I think that is smart. They both got about a 3-second gap still over Julian, who's kept up a pretty good pace in that Red Bull on those old tyres. He's going to be under pressure very soon from Etney behind, but certainly he's there or thereabouts.
Copy on Astro Boys is another battle, with Dane, who might close up to Astro as well towards the end of the straight, but he comes into the pit lane.
Yeah, why is Astro pitted then? That's an interesting one. Oh, that's why, because he needs a front wing. He's bonked the wall somewhere, that's for sure. The 2 leaders go through. Etney very close to Julian, but not quite close enough for a run this time. And Astro Boys will go to the end on medium tyres. And Vexit all over the back now of Justin as well. This race has settled down a little bit. We had 1 early safety car, but nothing since then. Just the retirement of Pemi, and that was in the pits.
Yeah, a couple of people just playing the long game with a strategy. None other than Bailey, who's, he knows they're both going to the end. They both need to manage their tyres to make sure they don't come under threat from Vexit on the hards towards the end of the race. So they're working together at the moment, but be sure to know that come lap 20 or so, Bailey will not be working with Makenda. Be working well against him to get a race win.
Yeah, gap at the moment to Vexit, between Makenda and Vexit, is 7.5 seconds. So certainly there is... that's within range, I would have thought, with the hard tyres. Still 10 laps to go, and the hards very soon will be better than the mediums. As Etney passes Julian, that's been a while coming. Down the inside into turn 1. Julian on the older tyres, he's going to have to pit fairly soon. I guess he's holding on in the hopes that there's going to be a safety car, but don't know if there will be.
I think if he's going to want to go on the softs, which he will now, he would have already pitted if he's going on to HUDs. Never mind that. Vexit is trying to go round the outside of Justin, that racer, very close to each other. Did well not to collide, and Justin, good defence in the end, you'd have to say. Fair but harsh.
Yeah, and Vexit almost looked like he lost the car under braking just momentarily there, but gathered it all up without hitting Justin, which is good news for both of them. But yeah, Vexit being a little bit frustrated, I think, by the Alpine in front of him. Just needs to be close through this last section, and wonder if the hard tyres are good enough for him to do that just yet. Meanwhile, the 2 leaders now with a gap of 4.5 seconds over Etney in third. Bailey having an excellent race so far. He's got 10 laps still to do.
Vexit was ghosted on the exit of the last corner. I just wonder if he hit the wall.
Yeah, maybe. His front wing seems okay, but we'll see if he, if anything happened there, and we'll see if he comes into the pits, because that will be the giveaway. I assume he won't come into the pits even if he's only slightly damaged. As once again, Bailey right on the back now of Makenda, but no dice just yet. Julian, I don't think, is going to push for an overtake against Etney, that wouldn't really make any sense. Just have him drag you along. Bailey now, though, on Makenda, down the inside into turn 3, and Makenda does not fight it at all. He knows exactly what the score is. And he's going to sit in Bailey's DRS for a little bit and be pulled along by the Aston Martin.
Yep, Dane comes in for a front wheel change. As Astro Boys passes El Sonny on the better tyres.
Yep, absolutely. Who does the fastest lap on fresh-ish mediums? As the two leaders go through the castle, Etney nearly 5 seconds behind now. As Makenda made a mistake there on the exit of the castle. He might have lost DRS, you know, and that's a big deal.
Costly.
That's a big deal for Makenda, who can't afford things like that happening. Bailey will know that this is his opportunity to get away. He's got the battery as well to push a little bit here. Maybe that was what Bailey needed to win this race. And yeah, using a lot of battery as Bailey. He knows that this is the important time for him to get away. Makenda also using a lot of battery. 9 laps to go as they cross the line. And the threat of Vexit is further away still than it was a few laps ago, as Julian does finally pit. And unfortunately he's going to come out a long way behind, and he's going to have that 5-second penalty to serve as well, which is really bad luck for him. Onto the
yeah, although if you look at the if you look at the mini-map, Vexit is still on the same straight as the leaders, so it's not over. I think if he has any damage, then I think it's going to be a lot more difficult for him to make a difference. But yeah, only 9 laps left, so he's going to have to start passing Justin pretty soon if he wants to get onto the podium at least.
Yeah, I don't know how easy it is for him to stay within Justin's dirty air, but certainly at the moment it looks like he's struggling to overtake. Doesn't have all the battery in the world to do it with either. Justin did pick up a penalty as well, so that wouldn't matter a huge amount, but it does mean that any direct fights with people, he's going to be losing out on the scoreboard at the end of the race. And Bailey has made a break, and he has opened up the gap now to nearly 2 seconds. Makenda really struggling to stay with the Aston Martin, and I don't want to curse him, but Bailey looking pretty good for this one.
Yeah. But another safety car. You know what can happen at Baku. But Vexit here surely is going to get this move done this time round. He doesn't even need to use his ERS supply past Justin. And I imagine in the next lap or two, the hards will become slightly faster than the mediums. But Vexit's going to have to put some work into this himself as well.
We'll keep a close eye on the gap. 8.1 is the gap between Bailey and Vexit at the moment. He'll need to bring that down quite quickly because there are 8 laps to go. So if he gets a second a lap, then he'll be with Bailey at the end of the race.
Yeah, and the gap closing between Etney and Makenda as well as he drops back from Bailey Thompson. A couple of people coming into the pits.
Yep, Icewind, I can't imagine that that's anything other than a front wing change. He must have hit the wall somewhere. Oh yeah, no, he's missing most of his front wing. There he goes again. So yeah, Vexit now looks like he is quite a bit faster than Justin, so able to make a little bit of a break.
Oh!
Oh, he hit the wall. Vexit has retired.
He almost, it seemed like he didn't break a virtual safety car. Surely he's going to change into a full safety car.
We will see. It is a safety car. It is a safety car.
People can't get past him, although he's ghosting. But that was an almighty crash. I saw it live on board. And it was almost as if his brake pedal didn't work and he went straight into the wall without even trying to turn in.
Yeah, I saw it in third person. I wasn't on board, but I was trying to change to leader, so we could see exactly how far away Vexit was when suddenly his name grayed out, and we saw what happened. So Justin minus a front wing, he's going to have to pit Well, that's not the end of the world for him.
Now, what do the leaders do? Bailey and McKenna have come into pit.
Pit for soft,
Etney
surely.
does as well.
Gotta
I'm
pit for
just
soft.
wondering about Julian here. He's already on fresh softs. He's going to stay out. Is he going to take the lead?
I don't think so. I think he has to drive to a delta, but certainly this is great news for Julian because it does put him back into play. In fact, Julian's pitting as well by the looks of it.
Into the...
He's going
I
to
don't
go
understand
for...
that unless it's got damage.
No, I think he's going to go for even fresher softs. I think it is... It's not a free pit stop, is it? Because he would have come out ahead of at least 3 people. No front wing change by the looks of things for Julian, unless... What am I watching here? Was that another penalty for Julian? What happened there? I'm confused. That looked like a 5-second penalty, but I thought he already served it. In fact, I watched him serve it. So that's a weird one, but in any case, he comes out. Looks like P8.
This is not good news for Justin with the 3-second penalty as well. He's going to drop more positions. But the whole field have been neutralised here. Every single driver is going to be in the same position where they were before the safety car, all on fresh softs. So it's a matter of who is the fastest driver at this point.
Yep.
No tyre management needed, and everyone will be fine on fuel and ERS, so it's going to be a sprint race to the end.
Yep, it is going to be a short sprint, probably of 5 laps. And the safety car will do this lap, and then probably another lap, and then we'll come in, and we will have a 5-lap sprint to determine the winner. Only Justin with very bad news for Justin with a 3-second penalty. Obviously very bad news as well because he lost his front wing. But with the penalty, it means that he needs to clear drivers by 3 seconds to beat them. And also very bad news for Bailey, who was set for what looked like a good win in the Aston Martin, and might still be set for a good win, but he's going to have to work a little bit harder for it than he thought he was.
Yeah, going to be extremely vulnerable with the DRS when that gets enabled, and I imagine if there's 5 laps left, 2 laps towards the end with the DRS, especially a 5-lap race from here, all on fresh tyres, although from a rolling start under the safety car.
And worth mentioning as well that Copy, who spun twice in this race so far, in turn 1, is all the way up in P5, so he's got a shot, and in fact he's P4 because Justin has that 3-second penalty. So Copy, despite all of his misfortune, is recovering to put himself once again in a very good position. So Bailey, McKenna, Etney, as we see what's happening here between Bailey and Astro Boy, between Dane and Astro Boys.
Must be lag or something.
Something like that. I wonder if there's some desync going on. Hopefully not.
Well, I imagine the safety car should be in this lap.
Yep, it will be. Don't think there's any doubt about that. And we will have 5 laps as they cross the line to determine the winner of the Tier 1 race at Baku. The 4th race of the SLR season. Jay up in P6 as well. Jay, of course, missed the first 3 rounds, but he's back now. And all the way up in P6 in what has been a race of attrition. We got 13 runners out of the 20 that started. So all but 3 finishers will get points today, at least.
So, could be some free positions up for grabs for the guys in the midfield if some collisions happen ahead. Could be a bit of carnage here, everyone trying to make the most of their opportunities. Safety car is coming in this lap.
As we see the field will close up. Bailey leads from McKenna, from Etney. And we're going to get a bird's eye view by the looks of things of this restart. As they come through the left-right, everyone staying relatively well behaved so far. No contact. As Bailey has to decide when he is going to go when he's going to pull the trigger. He's trying to warm those soft tyres.
McKenna extremely close, and he's gone.
And he has gone indeed, and McKenna was a little bit asleep, and Justin trying to take advantage. Don't pass him before the line, Justin. He hangs back and doesn't make the overtake before the line. And having a look there is Copy, but Justin all over the back now of Etney, and Etney going to have to defend, and he's not able to defend into turn 3, but nothing doing there as Jay goes up the inside of Copy.
Astro and Dane, I don't know how they didn't come into the wall there, but Sonny is taking advantage of that little scrap, and he's up into P10.
Oh, and sending one on the inside is Rainbow.
Oh my word.
Rainbow on Copy.
Dane.
Copy going backwards at the moment, not able to fight by the looks of things, and also Julian having a look around the outside, and Julian's got him as well. So Julian in all sorts of
Dane
problems.
Is off. Dane has come together with El Sonny fighting in that corner. And this is what's going to happen when everyone thinks they can make the moves really quick, as Copy locks up. Astro right on the back of him, he's got to be careful about that one.
And Huda's retired. That looks like an on-track retirement.
On-track, yeah.
And we're going to hope that, oh, there's a safety car.
Oh, why?
So
why is that a safety car?
Huda retiring manually has caused a
So
safety
now
car.
it's going to be a one-lap sprint.
I think it's going to be, I don't know if it gets shortened artificially. It might be a 3-lap sprint or it might be a 2-lap sprint. We'll have to wait and see. But once again, and it's an interesting call now because
surely you don't pit.
I think if you're near the back, you do pit.
Unless you're last.
Yeah, I think if you're near the back, you do pit.
Icewind would surely pit because he knows Dane has damage, so he'll come in. So he's not going to lose any positions. And then El Sonny knows that as well, so he'll probably come in. But then how far up the grid does that go?
Yeah, we will see. I think if you're Copy or Astro Boys, you at least think about it. But even the 2 laps under safety car,
what the others do.
Yeah, even the 2 laps under safety car and the 2/3 of a lap racing are quite significant from a tyre wear perspective on the softs. They get a lot slower through the stint, and Icewind and Dane might just have put themselves in quite a good position here because they're going to have quite a lot better tyres between now and the end of the race.
Yeah, already 7 retirements. 8 sorry.
Retirements, yeah, we've got 12 remaining from the 20 that started, as Chief says in chat.
And I've never seen that before, a safety car being deployed from an on-track retirement, as in, like, doing it through the menu, not crashing. I've never seen that before.
I think I have. I don't know when exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's happened before. But yeah, it is unfortunate, and it will be probably a penalty for Hood. Zwölf, says Jensen. Yeah, absolutely. There are Zwölf remaining, which is the German word for 12. If you didn't know that. But yeah, we got another sprint race. And speaking of sprint races, don't forget, 2 weeks' time, if you haven't heard yet, Portimao, we're doing in the off week for the regular season, we're doing a 100% race at Portimao with full qualifying on the Thursday, a sprint race on the Friday, and then the main event, the 100% race, on the Saturday.
Yeah, now the safety car won't be in this lap because it would have been called by now, so we're going round for another.
Yeah, although I've seen it called later than this before, but I think probably we are going for another lap. We'll have to wait and see, which means that it will be 2 laps. And we know, well, Singapore comes to mind last year when a 2-lap sprint resulted in complete mayhem. Yeah, Hood saying that he had a lot of desync people in the lobby. It's really unfortunate that we've had that this race. We've had a pretty good race regardless. It's been entertaining, but it would have been better if everyone had been given a fair shot and nobody had been spun out by a desync car or anything like that.
Ah yes, there's a massive spider that's just crawled onto my desk. Come here.
Oh dear.
Come here. Oh, he's gone. Okay.
He wants to watch this restart as well.
Should I be more scared?
No, I mean spiders aren't particularly scary. I think you're okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna wrestle you to the ground and eat you up, yeah. I'm
yeah,
very
just
well,
in,
thanks, buddy.
in real trouble.
I'm very well. Hopefully you are too. It's not been the most successful race, unfortunately. But you'll be back next week. Larson said, don't think the safety cars were too bad in Baku. Yeah, I don't know how many we've had this week. We had 3 this race. I think we had 3 in the Tier 4 race. We certainly had some in the Tier 2 race. Wouldn't be surprised if we've had 10 safety cars this week.
No, I think more than that. We had 4 in Tier 3 and Tier 4.
Okay, in which case, yeah, that's a lot more than 10 already.
Then we've had 3 today.
Yep.
I don't know how many there were yesterday because I retired on that one.
There were certainly some.
Yeah, we'll be in this lap for certain. And yeah, I was saying Justin is in real trouble here. He might not even finish in the points with his penalty.
Yep, I'm going to keep penalties
It's only
on.
3 seconds.
I'm going to keep penalties on because everyone's on the same tyre. They are fairly fresh softs, with the exception of Icewind and Dane, who pitted for even fresher softs. But they have penalties anyway, so I think we'll be okay. But it's the 3 seconds for Justin that will be the biggest problem for him. Is Makenda going to go at the right point? And is he going to be caught like he was on the first restart by Bailey? And a lot of tyre weaving. He's very close to the back of that Aston Martin, having a think about going. Bailey going to hold them even a little bit longer and then goes.
Yeah, Etney right on the back of Makenda got that restart spot on as we're going side by side into turn 1. Is that Justin and Jay going side by side in through the first corner? Jay is almost squeezed into the wall. He's going to be on the outside for turn 2. Who's going to keep his position? He's sort of squeezed into giving up the position there as the other 2 teammates of the same car, Julian and Rainbow, going toe to toe as you come in the second DRS straight into turn 4. DRS not enabled, won't be until the end of the race.
Oh, Julian, no!
Julian has kept that on the track quite miraculously. And here he goes again into the wall. Oh my word! There's a bit of desync.
This is desync. 2 cars in the same bit of track that don't see each other. As Julian squeezes Sonny on. That's going to be a crash, surely. They both spin. Sonny's in the wall, so is Julian.
No.
And around they both go. Sonny is retired. And we are down to 11 runners out of the 20 that started. In the meantime, Bailey has made a break from Makenda.
Astro Boys must have had an incident or something because he's dropped 3 seconds to copy.
I think it was just all the fighting. I think they were fighting so hard that they lost all that time. Rainbow on the back of Jay, though. Into the last couple of corners they go. And Justin, well, that's given Justin a little bit of a buffer at least ahead of Astro Boys. Oh, Jay gets very sideways. Yeah. That was a big moment for Jay as through the fast left-right they go. And is Rainbow close enough? He's deploying. Going to be no DRS, of course, for the rest of this race because the safety car, it's a 2-lap sprint. And up the inside goes Rainbow into P5.
Yeah, everyone at the top 4 closing on one another as they're going still side by side, but Rainbow's got that done. Going to be close again though into this corner with Jay having ever so slightly better ERS in his energy store. He's not going to use it though, so everyone closing up as we come through to the final lap this is, and Makenda's going to have one more chance to make this move stick as Bailey goes a little deep into that corner, going to lose a 10th or so. Makenda's going to seize every opportunity further down the grid. Icewind and Astro Boys going toe to toe. Icewind gets a bad exit, but so does Astro, and he can't do anything about that. Down to P9. Remember, Icewind has a penalty. So does Justin. 3/10 is the gap now. We'll stay on board with the top 2 as we come through the final castle section for this race. And onto this little straight here. Lots of ERS for both drivers. They're going to be deploying as much as they can until the final checkered flag is waved. Last lap.
And the trick,
Bailey's going
and
to
the
be
trick for
vulnerable
Makenda
here.
is, the trick for Makenda is he's got to be close enough to Bailey to get in right in that slipstream and be able to slingshot his way past. He needs a good exit here. That's probably not close enough. It's looking,
He's got a chance.
if Bailey can get through the last couple of corners, I think he's probably won this race with the
No,
straight
it's
line
not done
speed
yet.
advantage. I think
mean,
it is.
Look at this.
He's
Is
too
it-
far ahead. He's 4/10 ahead. He is closing in that slipstream, closing with the battery, but it's not enough.
Bailey's out of
And
VRS.
Bailey is going to win the Azerbaijan Tier 1 race. Fantastic drive from them.
Yeah, Justin has gone down to P7, so still gets the points. And yeah, Bailey, very good race, just holding on there at the end by 2/10. And then he was not too far away as well. So that 2-lap sprint at the end has brought entertainment to what was already an exciting race.
Yeah, brilliant race by Bailey. He picked his moment and didn't let up at the crucial point. Icewind getting driver of the day from the back of the grid. I think he got he got P9 on track. I'm not sure he got P9 on the score sheet, but there is Bailey, and he wins the Tier 1 race in Baku. It's his first win in a little while in Tier 1. He's won plenty of races before, but he will take all of the points today. And that was a very good, very entertaining ending in the end to what was a difficult race for a lot of people. And Icewind did actually get P9, even with the penalty, so good work from Icewind. But Bailey wins from Makenda, from Etney, from Rainbow, from Jay, and then copy Justin, Astro, Icewind, as my game seems to have frozen. Oh, it's back. Okay, good. Glad about that. And there are all the DNFs. Among them, Vexit, who was in a very good position on the hard tyres before he binned it in the castle section. And that's our race. That was, like I say, it was entertaining. Who are we going to give driver of the day to? That's the other question.
I would give it to Bailey, starting P9.
Yeah, I think that's fair. First win in a while for Bailey, who yeah, does win that race from P9 on the grid. Excellent drive from Makenda, as Tipsy says in chat. And yeah, that was our race. So let's chat to Bailey, shall we? I know, Joel, you've got to go at some point.
Yeah.
Well, now probably.
Now, so,
yeah. So
I think Timo's off next week as well. So
yeah,
well,
I
not
believe he
next
is.
week, as in, well, next week is the event, and then next week is the France.
oh,
So
did I get that back to front? I thought the week after was the event.
Oh wait,
but,
yes, it is.
Is
Sorry,
that
that's
okay?
me.
All right. All right.
Bye-bye.
Well, see you, Joel. Thanks for commentating, and we will see you once to talk to us at the end of that one. I don't think we'll do too many interviews today, but we certainly want to talk to Bailey, who was our race winner, and a fantastic drive. That's been coming for a little while, Bailey. You've had the pace all season, but one reason or another you haven't made it stick. This time you made it stick. How are you feeling?
Thank God for that. It's such a good race, especially at Baku. Like, it's a statistic that I've never scored points at Baku from when it was put into the game in 2016.
Wow.
So the fact that I've won here is it's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess, I mean, it's one of those races, I guess, that you feel like you had to win a couple of times because the safety cars at the end sort of made you get the restart and stay in front again. How worried were you by Makenda and Etney behind you?
I mean, the first one, like lap 20, when that one came out, I think that was fine. That was the other one. It was a worry, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I already got the second to Makenda. I think it was like 2 seconds, and then it came out, and I was a bit annoyed about that.
Yeah.
But the second one I was kind of thankful for, because it wasn't really like anything got reset. It just gave me more laps to regroup, and it meant that DRS wasn't enabled, which I think at the end there, if it was, Makenda would have won that race.
Yeah, very possibly. He certainly had a lot of straight line speed in that last straight, but yeah, no DRS made it really difficult for him. But yeah, we didn't actually, or I didn't actually realize on commentary that there wouldn't be DRS until like halfway around the last lap, or halfway around the first racing lap. But yeah, that's a really big deal at Baku especially, because you really need that DRS to overtake.
Yeah, it was the main topic of conversation. That was VC with and it was like 1 lap second safety car stayed out another lap, which did not expect in the slightest. I think the Alfa Romeo was only like a couple seconds behind the back, and they just stayed out, which obviously I think that won me the race. Thank you, Bert Mylander. And yeah, I don't know. The DRS was just a bit lucky, I guess.
Well, I mean, that's racing. You have to take the opportunities that you're presented with, and you did that, so it was really good.
Yep.
How are you feeling about what we got? I think France next week.
France,
So how are you feeling about that?
I've already done a bit of France, but it's not a personal favourite.
Do you wish it was, do you wish it was
Hashtag
Canada? Yeah.
Hashtag free Canada. Get Canada on the calendar. It's so good, Canada. It's definitely not because I've already done tons of practice there, and I know what I'm doing at all. It's just a fantastic track.
Well, I'm sure we'll race Canada at some point in the future, but yeah, not this season by the sounds of it. So unfortunate. But yeah, how you feel? I mean, are you expecting to be sort of at the sharp end next week as well?
Maybe. I guess it depends, because all the people that were supposed to be at the sharp end kind of binned it. So
Yeah.
I don't really know. I think I'll be more P5, P6 ones, because Yari obviously didn't race today and people like that.
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
I think I'll be fighting for 4th, 5th, 6th.
Did you have any desync issues, by the way?
Yes, qualifying.
In qualifying, okay.
My PB was like a 37.9 in multiplayer, and I did a 38.6.
Okay.
But to be honest, I don't really care about that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you won the race, so that's good. All right. Well done. Thanks for talking to us, and I'll let you go, and hopefully we'll be speaking to you next week as well.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize you were going to say something, but that was Bailey, and I speak to someone who I don't think expected to be racing today. Icewind, you were not on the original roster, but you jumped in as the emergency host. And
yeah, I really sort of wasn't supposed to race at all today, but we just decided in the admin team that we try with a different host because it was pretty messy, and it was still pretty messy. So
yeah,
apologies from our side on the admin side, but of course it's not really our fault either. But
there's
not really much we can do.
There's really not a whole lot we can do about those type of issues.
Yeah.
If we can try different hosts, so we can try different things, and we can try different configurations, but if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. So that sucks. But you got some points, so not all bad.
But I think I was about the last driver to finish the race. But, yeah, I mean, my strategy was just to do some laps there because I didn't have a setup and I didn't really have any practice at all, so I just drove. I think I had an okay race pace considering that, so I just sort of decided that I'll try to survive, which paid off, P9 or whatever it is. I have to say, though, that I think Astro Boys probably should have got 5 seconds for that dive on the final lap because it put me in the wall in turn 3, but I think I'm just going to let that slide for now.
Oh, well, that's Astro Boy's freebie for the year. It's his first race this season, I think, so.
Yeah, I think that's all right. We both had damage at that point, but he kind of tried to send it with damage, and yeah, that kind of didn't work.
Yeah.
I think like the previous lap, I also picked up damage already from some.
Mm-hmm.
I think the cars ahead of me had desync because the contact looked really strange, and then one of them just like jumped in front of me, and I lost a bunch of my front wing. But yeah, it is what it is.
Okay, I think we saw that. I think that was who was that? Was that Julian?
Julian, somebody. Yeah.
And the 2 cars spun around. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just Baku or is the game just really messed up this weekend or something, but yeah, it's just unfortunate with all the desync.
It didn't seem to like Baku this week, or yeah, maybe it was the patch, maybe it's just Baku, I don't know, but whatever it is, it's unfortunate, but we move on to France. Hopefully that's a bit more stable. You going to be racing in France?
We'll see. It's maybe if there's space as a reserve there might be, but let's see. It kind of all depends if I have any time to practice. So
yeah, fair enough. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for talking to us, and
thank you.
We'll let you go. That was Mr. Icewind, who got a P9 in the race today, and I think that pretty much does it for the stream. It's been a fun time, albeit with all of the problems. We've overrun just a tiny little bit, but not too badly actually. It's not even 7 o'clock yet here in the UK. So for those of you still watching, thanks for watching. We've got next week, we've got France, Paul Ricard. On the Wednesday we'll have Tier 4, Thursday we'll have Tier 3, Friday we'll have Tier 2, and as usual on Saturday we'll have Tier 1. So join us for all